I'm Kate. And finally, we have the word choices. We all make different choices in our lives, some really big and some really small. When you move to your new secondary school, you will get tons of new choices. Some of them might be what you'll have for lunch, where you might hang around at lunch times, what clubs you might join, what sports you'd like to play. And later on, you'll get to choose what GCSEs you might take. But at the moment, our choices might not look quite the same as what they usually would because of what's going on in the world. You might not get to do the things you really enjoy. Things like seeing friends, going out to play with them, playing your favourite sports. But this is just a temporary way of living. And times like this can really help us to learn, grow and develop, and to help us to make the right choices in our future. So now, to get us thinking a little bit more about our choices, we're going to play a game. And you might be familiar with this one. It's called Would You Rather? The way it's going to work is that we're going to put two statements up on the screen, and you just simply have to raise your hand and think about which one you would rather have or do. So let's get started. Dogs or cats? The next one. Would you rather time travel or fly? Next one. Football or rugby? Next one. Saturdays or Sundays? And the last one, PlayStation or Xbox? Now, some of those questions might have been really easy to answer, and some of them might have been more difficult. But it just goes to show that we all have to make different choices in our lives, some that are really easy and some that are a little bit more difficult. And when you move up to your secondary school, you're going to have lots of new choices, like we said earlier. So it's really important for us to make the right choices. Why? Because our choices have consequences, both bad ones and good ones. In the story of Joseph that we heard about earlier, there were lots of different people that had to make different choices. Some were bad and some were good. And I wonder what things jump to mind as I say that. Now, when we make choices in our lives, it's important for us to think about those things before we decide them, because our choices have consequences, as we said earlier. And in the story of Joseph, when Joseph made choices about when he was in prison and when he was helping others, they were all shaping him to who he was. So although Joseph had been hurt by his brothers, he didn't treat them in the same way. He showed them love and care, and he chose to forgive them. And that must have been a hard choice to make. But as Christians, we believe that we can go to God when we think we might be struggling with a particular choice. And if we know that we've made the wrong choice, we can go back to God and say, I'm sorry, and he can help us to learn to make the right choices. So we're now going to give you 3 different scenarios, things that you might come across when you move to secondary school. So let's get started. Scenario number 1. You see someone in the playground who is being picked on. Do you A, go and find a teacher and ask for help? B, stand by saying, fight, fight? Or C, do you just walk on by as if you didn't know them? And the answer is you go and find a teacher and ask for help. Scenario number 2. After 2 days of starting your new school and you've got really lost, do you A, go and find a classroom for your lesson after this one, at least you won't be late for that one anyway. B, find a teacher and explain that you're lost. Or C, run to the toilets and cry. Which one do you think is the best choice to make? The answer is go and find a teacher and explain that you're lost, and they will be happy to help you. And the final scenario. After 2 weeks of starting your new school, your friend keeps getting your name wrong. Do you A, shout loudly in their face, "That's not my name"? B, you tell your tutor that they keep getting your name wrong? Or C, do you politely remind them next time they were to get it wrong what your name is? What do you think is the best choice? And the answer is you politely remind them your name next time they get it wrong. Answering these kinds of scenarios can help you to remember which is the best decision to make. And you might well come across some of those scenarios that we've just given you, and that's okay, because hopefully you'll remember that these are the right choices to make. So next, we're going to hear from a few of our volunteers about a time that they've made a right or a wrong choice and what happened. Here we go.
I've started over 10 different jobs since I've left school, and I think the best choice I've ever made is trying my best at them. In fact, in more than one job, my managers actually spotted how hard I'd been trying and gave me extra responsibilities or leadership opportunities as a result. I might not have been the best or most naturally talented person, but they knew they could trust me, and that for them was the most important thing. So remember, it's not about how naturally good or talented you are, it's about how hard you try.
Probably the worst choice I made was when I was at university, and I got in with some people who led me astray. It was a difficult time, and as a result I ended up with probably a worse degree than I should have had. But during that time at university, I still managed to keep contact with Christian friends. I managed to keep my faith. I managed in the end to at least rescue myself and get some sort of a degree by working harder in my last year. But I realise now that that bad choice had a consequence, and a consequence that I can't undo now. If I had my time again, I hope I would have used my time at university better. But through it all, God kept me safe, and for that I am eternally grateful.
So a good choice that I nearly didn't make was when I left school and I had to choose what I wanted to study at college. I ended up going for a media course and I got on and I thought everything was fine, but really I knew deep down that that wasn't what I wanted to do. I really wanted to do a performing arts course. Like, I had my heart set on it, but I was really scared because you had to audition for it, and I was scared about what my parents would say and what they would think about it, and I was scared that I just wasn't going to be good enough. So I just didn't really make the choice to do it, and I made a pros and cons list, and I thought, what am I going to do? And then at the last minute I thought, no, do you know what? I have to make the choice that is right for me. I have to do the thing that I really want to do. And so I did, and I auditioned, I got in, my parents were fine about it. Turns out I was good enough, and I'm so glad that I didn't let the fear stopped me from making that really good choice.
So here's a bad choice I made when I went to high school many years ago. I was nervous, so nervous in fact that it meant I didn't really listen. And in a science lesson, the science teacher asked me to put a beaker on each group's table for a science experiment. Unfortunately, I was so anxious I wasn't really sure what he'd said, and I didn't dare ask him to say it again. So I ended up putting 4 beakers on every table. And when he discovered, he thought I'd gone mad. So the moral of the story? Just as God encourages us to do, keep calm, and if you're in doubt, ask.
The time when I made a really bad choice was when I was in Croydon in my car and I was at the front of a T-junction waiting at the red traffic lights to turn left, and I was stuck there for ages, and I could see that the joining traffic, the lights would cycle through to green, amber and red, and they would go, and we were still stuck on red, and then they would cycle through again and we were still stuck on red, and then they would cycle through again, and gradually I could see in the my wing mirror that the queue of traffic behind me was piling up, and we were still stuck on red, and I was at the front, and I thought, right, maybe these traffic lights are broken. So I thought, well, the next time I see that the other set of traffic is on red, so they weren't going to move, I will edge forward, even though I was still on red. And that's what I did. I edged forward, and the next thing that I knew, I realised I'd made a very bad choice, because a tram went into the side of my car, and fortunately I was okay, the door was a bit dented. But from that moment on, I made up my mind that I would never ever cross a traffic light if it is on red.
Another good choice is volunteering to have a go at something new. When I was at school, I volunteered to learn a musical instrument and perform in some choir trips around the country. And as an adult, I now play and lead bands and choirs myself. If I'd never volunteered at school, who knows? Maybe none of it would ever have happened.
So I drive a car, and one day, instead of driving into the public car park next to a shopping centre, I accidentally drove into a separate area for the massive delivery lorries, which I definitely wasn't meant to be in. And at the time I felt really embarrassed, quite scared, and I definitely didn't want to drive my car ever again. But since then I've realised that it's so normal to make mistakes, and that you should never be too hard on yourself for making bad choices, because they can help you to make better choices in the future, like always checking you're going to the right car park.
I hope some of those stories were helpful for you. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is write down 3 good choices that you might make in your new secondary school, and then 3 bad choices that you might make. Doing activities like this can also help us learn for our future. So, let's get started. Now, it's really important for us to think about our choices, our decisions that we make on an everyday basis. But I wonder what things could make those decisions a little bit easier. For example, we've discovered that it's important to ask a teacher for help, perhaps when you're lost or you see something going on in the playground that's not quite right. Spend a few minutes now thinking about those things. What could make our decisions easier? We've got a great activity for you, and it's time to get a little bit more creative. I wonder what hopes and dreams you have. What do you want to achieve? Do you dream big? So in this activity, we would like you to either cut out or draw around, whatever you'd like to do, a cloud shape just like this one. And on it, write down all of your hopes and dreams. And it's okay if you've got more than one, the more the better. It's okay to dream big. We encourage you to dream big. But what we've spoken about today, we've talked a lot about choices. We have to make the right choices to achieve what we want to in our lives. That might be getting your dream job. That might be anything at all. Give this activity a go, get creative, have a think about what are your hopes and dreams. Enjoy. So to summarise, we've looked at changes, challenges and choices. Now, no matter how you're feeling about moving to secondary school, whether you're nervous, whether you're excited, we encourage you to look forward to it. Although it's a big change, but it is so exciting. In the Bible, there's a verse that says this: "Be strong and brave, because God is with you wherever you go." And as Christians, that's a great verse to remember, because on good days, on bad days, whether you make good decisions or bad decisions, God is with you wherever you go. We really hope you've enjoyed Transit Online. And if you're going to a Sutton secondary school, we look forward to seeing you again. Bye!